Monday at 11. It's a small Ohio town with a $30 million secret. Buried gold. 19 Action News is hot on the trail.
This is in our backyard.
And it's all there for the taking. Legend of the Lost Gold. Monday at 11. The Legend of Ohio's Lost Gold. Monday at 11. Monday at 11. It's a small Ohio town with a $30 million secret. Buried gold.
What's a treasure hunt? It's a mystery.
A strange man, a letter, and a legend of untold riches.
They did find all the markings. They just never found the gold.
Now, after nearly 200 years of gold hunting mystery, 19 Action News is hot on the trail.
Oh, my goodness.
This is in our backyard.
And it's all there for the taking. Legend of the Lost Gold. Monday at 11 on 19 Action News. This is a 19 Action News special presentation. Frank Jackson and Cleveland's future. Here is 19 Action News reporter Paul Orlowski.
The dawn of a new day in Cleveland. Whether you live in the city or any of its suburbs, the election for mayor of Cleveland affects you. Whether you just come downtown to visit or you work downtown, maybe you have to hire workers educated in the Cleveland schools. A healthy Cleveland translates to a healthy Northeast Ohio. Now that the voters have spoken, that health is in the hands of Frank Jackson. Jackson said early in the campaign, "You don't know me." In the next 30 minutes, you're going to get to know Frank Jackson, the Frank Jackson he wants you to know, and the one we discovered. Frank Jackson lives modestly here on East 38th Street. A lawyer by training, he honed his political skills under former Councilman Lonnie Burton, serving in the ward. Burton died, and in 1989, when Jackson became unhappy with Burton's successor, he ran and took his council seat. It's a theme that would be repeated twice more. First in council, Jackson labored quietly for a decade, but when he became unhappy with council leadership, he stepped in and ousted the council president. Again, he worked quietly with Mayor Campbell, but the two fell out over minority set-asides. Jackson stepped in and beat her. So who is this man who seems to take it and take it and take it, and when he's fed up, take matters into his own hands? It's hard to get a read. For example, when Mayor Campbell gave her State of the City speech, Jackson said this.
Just as I said, it was just a lot of information.
Frank, was it fact or fiction?
There are things that are factual, and then there are things that are opinions. But other than that, it was just information.
It was a lot of information.
That's the point I'm making, is just a lot of information.
We asked Jackson about controversial school CEO Barbara Byrd Bennett and what should be done in the wake of various accounting scandals.
This is mayoral control, not city council control.
Getting specifics isn't easy. Jackson pretty much takes every question literally and answers the same way. What about the lack of confidence in the schools?
We have to begin to restore the confidence in the system. And if people believe that the information they're getting from the system is not accurate, then it doesn't lead to restoring their confidence.
Frank Jackson is not one to pound his chest and boast of his accomplishments. In the campaign, that opened him to charges he's unaccomplished.
He refused to allow the building code to be enforced in his ward, leaving his residents to live in less than stellar homes. But Councilman Frank Jackson, in his 16 years, said no to every major development project that came before him. No to Gateway, no to Playhouse Square, no to the Brown Stadium. And yes, he said no to Euclid Avenue corridor, regardless of the revisionist history that you hear. I think, Council President, if you had come to the lakefront planning meetings, you would have understood the lakefront plan a whole lot better.
In the weeks leading up to any election, all kinds of rumors begin to fly about the candidates. A lot of people joke that it's silly season. Many of those rumors are fueled by what are known as push polls. One candidate's people making phone calls to voters, asking questions that might plant seeds of doubt in the voters' minds. In this election campaign, is Frank Jackson an atheist? Did he call the mayor a Nazi? Well, you know how we operate. We didn't let those rumors just hang out there. We went to the source and said, what's up?
So what you have are people who are very desperate and stooping to whatever means that they can to attempt to win this election. Sometimes it gets nasty in this game.
One of the nastiest rumors could be the one that calls Jackson an atheist.
And I don't need, as I said many times, I need to wear my religion or my whatever it is on my sleeve. I'm someone who believes in God, that does the work rather than just profess the work and then go off lying.
He also says he never called anyone a Nazi, including our current mayor.
Jane Campbell said you called her a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do that?
Well, the quick answer is no.
And just in case his accent makes you think Jackson was born on the bayou, that's not true either. Frank Jackson grew up in Cleveland.
I think it comes from people I was raised around came from Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. So I believe I just picked it up as from childhood, and it's part of me now.
But there are more serious things on Jackson's mind than his southern drawl, like slamming Jane Campbell whenever he can.
And if you look at the people who are endorsing me that had formerly endorsed Jane Campbell, you will see that many of them have drawn the same conclusion that that having a conversation and being able to lead that conversation or agreement, believing that their word was going to be kept, is not too good.
And word that he's anti-development, Jackson says, not true.
So it just makes great sense to me that if we're going to do development, that our people should work on those jobs and that our local